Welcome back to the build. Strapping is complete, and that means I can finally move on to framing out some interior partition walls. I'm very excited for this because I can finally see how this space is going to feel and function. Let's get framing. I have 5 bedrooms and 6 closets to frame out here, basically taking wide open spaces and dividing them up into their bedrooms. I'm gonna get started in the second floor unit in this open space and turn it into 2 bedrooms. Bottom plate's in. Just set up the laser, just kissing the side of that bottom plate, and that's gonna give me a good line on the ceiling where I'll install the top plate. Have everything laid out. Jacks, kings, more jacks and kings, and our studs down here. King studs and regular studs are in. I'm just gonna nail off under each of the jack locations from the bottom plate into the floor. Installing all of the studs in this area. I'm now going to be moving on to the last door. So how big do I want to make this door frame, right? I have a 30 by 80 inch door, and that's the measurements of the door slab itself. I'm not going to frame this 30 by 80. We need to account for both the jamb and then also give a little bit of room for adjustments to make sure that this door goes in perfect. So what I'm going to do is measure up from the floor 82 inches, that'll be the bottom of my header. And then I will just level across to this side, mark both of those, measure up for the jacks, pop the 2 jacks in, header, and then the cripples will follow that. This is a non-load-bearing wall, so I don't have to do much for a header here. It's just gonna be a single 2x4. If it was a load-bearing wall, you'd have to be framing this out a lot different, and it would really vary what material is going to be going up here for a header based on what's above it. So do pay attention if you are working under a load-bearing wall. So when you're cutting these out, it's obviously important not to cut into the floor, but also I'd rather see a cut that goes inward toward the bottom plate, away from the door, versus it kicking out, and then when you go to put the door in, you're fighting that angle. It is awesome to finally get a feel for the space back here, this back bedroom. It's small, it's very small. I can barely even get a good shot of it. Little over 100 square feet. The easiest way to explain it is that it is just big enough. Just big enough so that you walk in here and you don't think, this is a bedroom? This looks more like a closet. I think it's just going to work perfectly. It's going to work for my circumstances, but once I am not living in this unit, people could use it as a bedroom, obviously, as I am, but this could definitely be a great office, a huge walk-in closet. if they want to set it up that way. I can't wait to chop off these extra pieces of strapping. It has just been killing me since I installed it. It just looks so ugly and so messy. It does look a lot better now that the wall's up, but I'm just gonna trim all these extra guys off, and that'll look a hell of a lot cleaner. To just be able to say that I'm done framing back here, I just got to button up this corner over behind me. I went through a great deal of trouble to plumb and flatten out these walls the best I could. Came out pretty good, but I just forgot to address this corner back here. So I'm just gonna level out, well, so you can see we have a space. I'm just gonna put a stud on this side, and then on the other, kind of similar, just gonna block out and then put a stud because it'd be too far in. But let's watch me do that. So I finally got this last bedroom wall up in this unit. As you can see here, it was far easier in comparison to this other bedroom wall with the 2 closets and a door. This one was just 1 door, flat wall. Corner was a little bit funky, just because when I was plumbing all these walls out, I changed planes at this wall intersection here, so it's kind of weird. This is just like a hollow spot behind here, but nailing surface on both sides. This place just looks so hodgepodge, but when it comes to putting board up, it's all gonna make sense. Everything should be dead nuts, perfectly flat. Moving on to this half wall and closet over here. Let's get this place cleaned up. As you can tell, I like to keep my work environment clean. Not only am I about to put a bottom plate down, and I want that to sit nice and flat to the subfloor, no debris under there, but also I'm not tripping over a pile of cutoffs. It just helps you keep a clear train of thought. Your work environment is a direct relation to what's going on inside your mind. So if you're in a messy environment, your thoughts are gonna be messy. Shit, your final product might be messy. So keep the job site clean. It'll only do you a favor. I did get this closet and pony wall framed out behind me. I did not record that, so you missed it, but I am gonna take care of one issue with it. As expected, she's a little wobbly. So my plan take some 3/4 plywood, and I'm gonna set it up here, trace the edges so it's perfect, and then hopefully screwing it down to the floor joist will add some rigidity to this pony wall. I'm a big fan of marking things in place. There's a lot less margin for error, and I can use every little bit of that I can get. That looks good. And then for shits and giggles, oh, cool. All right, we made it down to the first floor unit's bedrooms. It's gonna be a very similar, comparable layout to upstairs, except we'll actually have a little bit more room for closet space. So essentially, just to take you on a quick rundown, unfortunately, we'll still have a tandem bedroom set up with a door there, leading from bedroom to the other bedroom. Sliding closet serving this bedroom. Underneath the stairs will be a rather deep closet. This will serve, a closet under here will serve this bedroom here, and a bordering closet here serving this back bedroom. And then I need to wall off this area right around here, and that will divide the entry to the upstairs unit. So let's get this place framed out. I did a similar thing for the first bottom plate, just getting a straight line that, again, I took all of the perpendicular walls into account, this wall, this wall, this wall, and this wall. And basically just took a happy medium of all those walls. And, you know, again, it's not a perfectly square house, so just going for the best that we can and squaring up as close as we can to all the walls and landing somewhere in the middle. To figure out where exactly I was going to place this first wall, I used the 3-4-5 method to square off of a few existing walls in this area. If you already know what the 3-4-5 is, bear with me for a sec. If you don't, listen up really quick, because this is a great tool to have in your back pocket. To use 3-4-5, you need one flat surface that you're looking to pull a square measurement off of. Basically, you take 3 feet out this way, I have that marked, and then 4 feet out this way. This is kind of just representing where that bottom plate was. And if you measure from point to point, you should have exactly 5 feet if this level is square to this surface. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and again. After further analysis, I framed this closet door way too small. So it's time to remodel this remodel. We're gonna tear out this side and keep this side. And best part about it, I'll be able to redeem myself on that header. So let's get to ripping this thing out. So that was definitely worth it. It's crazy what just a few inches could do. I mean, how far did I even move that? Like 3.5 inches, and that's gonna work so much better. I was just concerned, like when one door slides to the side, you're only gonna have less than half of the space. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to use the closet, especially with this one being so deep. Definitely worth the time and definitely worth the wasted material. Just more firewood, right? All right, so I've reached this point where I have this top plate that's almost ripped in half, and I'm gonna have to scribe each of my studs around all of this intricacy. So this should be pretty interesting. See how the heck I figured this out. I think I'm gonna do a similar thing to the bottom and top plates where I just kind of set them in place and scribe them in place and then cut that out. So let's see how this goes. of this bedroom is non-operable, so I'm just getting everything out of here and giving it a quick clean while I can, because everything has to fit through a wall 16 on 7. Guys, I just wanted to remind you to subscribe. So much more badass content to come out of this house. Just a normal dude figuring it out, making it happen. I hope to see you on some future projects.